Why am I doing this? Like, what is the fucking reason why I'm even doing this thing called trading? I didn't understand. I lost account. I lost like 3,000, and I calculated that my overall loss in trading is like 4.5 thousand, and I've been wanting to give up trading at least a million times. Look at now, freaking 24K in 3 weeks. This is just the beginning, and this is also beginning for you. This is for everyone. Your time is coming. What is going on? Welcome back to another video. Today's video is so damn special. It's probably the most special video for me to make. So this video is no way to flex on anyone. This is no way to show off or anything. If you're completely new to my channel, then welcome. I teach everything I know about trading for free. I will never ask for any dollar, any payment, any paid Discord or anything. But the reason why I'm here is I had the craziest and my best month in my trading whole journey. I made 24,000. I can't believe even when I'm saying this. This is unreal. I finished my trading probably like 2 hours ago. I've been just sitting. My pulse has been super high. My heart has been beating because it's one thing is making 24,000 a month, which seems unreal, and it's something that maybe had as one of my dreams for trading when I started trading, and especially when I progressed. But it's so special to me, and why I feel so, I would say, proud of myself is because as a trader, you go through absolutely crazy periods, crazy times, times when you feel like you want to give up, times when you feel that trading is not for you and you think you are never gonna reach the profits that you see online. And as I said, why I'm making this channel, one is to record my progress as a trader, to have this memory, but also to show my wins and losses. And today, this is my biggest win so far. Yeah, it's actually crazy. And also I have another announcement. I have finally made my own Discord. Again, it's completely free. I share all my charting, all my analysis, everything related to trading you can find in the Discord. But most of all, it's a way for you to give me feedback, engage in the community. I want everyone who joins be active. This is a place for you to learn how to trade, but this is also a place for you to find new friends in trading, because trading itself is quite a lonely profession. And yeah, I'm a little bit speechless. I had a plan, just what I want to say when making this video, because again, this is such an achievement. This is absolutely crazy. So quick story short, how did I make 24,000 in a month? It actually was less than a month, probably like 3 weeks. So I use Topstep. I'm not affiliated, I'm not related to Topstep in any way. This is just the platform I have chosen for myself as a funded trader. I have 3 accounts, all funded accounts, and you can copy trade them. And I'm gonna show you in this video really quickly. I'm not gonna make this video super lengthy. And also I'm gonna use my Discord to share all my knowledge and of course more videos. I know I've been quite inactive. People who already have been supporting me. Part of the reason was my health. I was pretty much sick for 1 month, and that's why I'm a little bit sleepy. I'm not completely energized. This achievement gave me a lot of energy to make this video, but nevertheless, I still have normal daily job. So now I'm taking three weeks vacation from my daily job. Otherwise, let's get into the video. Let me show you exactly how this 8K per account happened, how this 24K happened. So as I said, I was copy trading 3 accounts, as you can see here. Now, my monthly performance, I had 0 red days again, but this time I managed to really get to the finish line and actually take the payout and actually pay myself. And I was trading really simple strategy. So if you come here, I have 3 accounts, Express account on Topstep, meaning that this is a funded account. This is once you finish the challenge, and then you get Express account, and every money you make on Express account is yours. There are some rules as well, but Topstep is fairly simple in terms of rules. So when we check out my dashboard, I started trading, I think it was November 13, I started trading. And my goal was, I wanted to make 300 per day, because that's 900 per day when you copy trade 3 accounts. And my goal was to make 7,000 in total in one account. So again, multiplying this by 3, because I wanted to have that 3.5 thousand payouts, so you can take half as a payout in one piece. And I wanted to have 3 accounts, 3.5 each, so it's 10.5 as a payout. And it was just my personal goal to get 10K from trading as a payout. And yeah, this was my month. Most of the days I stuck to my goals. I made 300, but as you can see, there are some days where I made a little bit more. Yes, I risked more. I made way too many trades. This was fairly hard because I really wanted to get that big payout. I've been trading for almost 2 years. I've been going through ups and downs, but I never made it to actual real payout. Yes, I paid myself a few thousand here and there, but I also lost the same amount putting this money into this platform or other trading platforms. So this is finally a time where I think I 5 times my overall spend in terms of profit. I can call myself profitable because I have made, I would say, 6 times more in trading as a profits now than I have put money in or lost in trading. So I think I guess this is welcome to myself for profitable trader life. We'll see how it goes. Again, I'm gonna post much more content now. Thank you for sticking me, even though I haven't posted so much. So again, let's focus now on trading. I'm gonna try this to keep this explanation part to 7 minutes because I'm gonna have longer technical videos, but I want someone to click on this video and there is 7 minutes of me showing exactly one by one, not going into the detail, how I was able to make this 24K or 8,000 per account. The most popular strategy for me that I use is 15-minute orb. What it means is it's open range breakout, and this means you wait for the first 15-minute candle. In my case, I wait for the New York Open, which is 9:30 on New York time, and I wait for the first 15-minute and then I mark high and low. So let me show this on the chart. So when you come to this empty chart, then I will do every New York session is I will mark down the opening candle high and low. In this case, this is the opening candle today. I mark down high and low of the candle. I wait for the first 15 minutes and then I wait price to either break to the downside or to the upside. And then on the retest, I take long or short. So I go on a shorter time frame. Again, here you can see we closed 1 minute candle kinda below the 15-minute orb and then we retested, and that was my signal to go short. I didn't short today, but in normal situations, that's how the 15-minute orb works. And orb itself, you can do it on any time frame. I have heard traders who do it 1 minute orb, meaning they wait for the first 1 minute candle on the New York Open, they mark high and low, and they trade the breakout to the other side. Now, when you study orb from the book, then what you hear is you need to place your stop loss above or below the orb. So if I go short here based on the break to the downside, then orb by the book is you need to place your stop loss above the high, right? Because your trade idea is invalidated once you, so to say, the orb breaks to the price breaks to one side or another. So I don't like this idea because why? Because sometimes orb can be really wide, and I can find you examples on this chart. So if I go to 15-minute chart, the orb sometimes is super wide. So here orb is super wide. In this case, you need to place your stop loss. So if you go long from here, you need to place your stop loss below the orb range. I don't like this trading style. I feel the stop loss is way too big, especially even if you trade with small size. 115 points with Nasdaq is, I think it's quite high to have a stop loss that wide, and you need a really high take profit as well, which is kinda, I wouldn't say decreases your odds of trading. So let me a little bit jump forward. How I use orb is first I determine the bias for the day. How do I determine the bias for the day? You can do 3 things. First, you check the high time frame. So when we check the high time frame, especially when we are in a clear down or uptrend. So right now, if I check 4-hour chart, it's making higher highs and higher lows, right? We have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So it's a clear uptrend. So what I will do is, once I determine my bias on a height, and again, my finding the bias will go into so much more details than I explain on this video. So again, I'm gonna make so many more videos explaining the thought process and the details behind what I'm explaining right now, but I wanna give you a quick overview. So when I'm taking orb trade, what I will do sometimes, so let's say the market opens, and we have an uptrend on 15-minute chart, and let's say I put orb in the random place, and what I do is when we have high time frame bullish trend is I will long the lower side of the orb. So what I will do is I will long from here. Let's say this 15-minute candle it's actually quite accurate. If this is the orb, then I will look longs on the lower end of the orb. So I kind of predicting, so if the market continues its high time frame trade, I can have much tighter stop loss. So whatever it is, I can have much tighter stop loss. And as soon as I get confirmation that we close 5-minute candle above the orb and the market is showing me the trend upwards, which was high time frame trend anyway, then once I get this confirmation, I can go to break even, or I can even tighten more my stop loss. I can take partial profits and so on. But the point is, I'm not waiting for this breakout and retest, which is by the book, the orb strategy rule. You need to wait for the breakout, you wait for the retest, and then you long or short. Again, you can do it, and I still do it sometimes. But when the market is really bullish, or we're going down on a downtrend and it's really bearish, then on the bearish side, I will try to short the high of the orb, and then once we close below the lower end of the orb, that's just my confirmation. I just have much higher risk to reward ratio. I have much better entry. Yes, I kind of predict, I kind of place the bet without real confirmation. But the confirmation rule in general is confirmation. If you wait for every confirmation always will cost you an entry. What I'm trying to say is I play the orb strategy a little bit different. I try to long or short the orb before it happens based on the high time frame trend. Another thing that I use with the orb is when the orb, sometimes it's super wide. First 15 minutes give you so wide orb. So let's say, let me remove this line. And let's say the orb is something like this. This is the first 50 minutes. It's not happening every day, but I have seen 4 300-point orbs. So this is 500 points. We're going a little bit too far. But let's say the orb is something like this. It's like 300 points. The first 15 minutes is super volatile. It goes up and down. And I never recommend anyone trading at least the first 5 minutes, because the market has a lot of, so to say, orders that are placed on the first minutes. That's when the volume is the highest. So the price doesn't have really any direction. So the price just jumps up and down and you can get stopped out really quickly. So what I do is on days where the orb itself is super wide, so then the first thing that they teach you about the orb, where you need to put the stop loss. So let's say I try to long after the breakout, my stop loss will be, it's insane. It doesn't make sense. As you can see on the chart, it's like 400 points. So what I'm gonna try to do, chase that the market, hope for the market to reach another 500 points or break out to the upside for another 500 points. It just doesn't make sense, and it's so low probability. What I do is I usually, on the days, like, I'm not gonna find you exact examples. I can find this when I'm gonna get into more specifics. But what I will do is I will long the lower end of the orb to the high end, because when the orb usually opens really with the really big range, like I have this example here, it's like 500 points range. Yeah, usually it's 200-300 point range is usually the extreme that I have seen, where the orb gets really wide. Then in this case, most of the cases, yes, it can give you false breakouts to the either side, but it's gonna pretty much stay inside of the orb for the whole session. So what you can do is, when you see the first 15-minute candle being really volatile and gives you really, so to say, the wide orb, then you can try to play the orb inside of it. So you short the high of the orb and you long the low of the orb. Kind of what I just explained what I do when the orb is tighter, and I take my trades based on the high time frame trend. Now, another thing that I need to tell here is another way for you to get bias of the next day, or to just find your bias for the market, is I have a little bit explanation on my previous video regarding the manipulation and taking highs and taking lows and so on. One thing that I always look for is the last minute of New York market close. So when the clock hits 59, so the last 1 minute before the market close, please check what the market is doing on ES, because ES has more volume than Nasdaq, and usually you will get idea what the big players are doing. If you're not using any other tool like Bookmap and so on, and you don't see the orders inside, or you don't have footprint chart and so on, which is completely another topic, then what you can do is check the last 1 minute before the New York market closes. Check what it's doing. Usually what you will see is First of all, the highest volume is traded on the last minute of the before the market closes. And the reason being is, what I learned is a lot of those big players, with whoever it is, hedge funds, banks, whoever, they place their order on the last minute. Why? Maybe they try to hide it, maybe they try to, because the volume is really high, like on the open, usually those big players trade the most on open or close, but it can give you really good bias. So what I have seen on the market oftentimes is, let's say we are in the heavy uptrend, we are going up on the market is going up for 3 days. Every single day on the last minute, there's quite heavy selling. You see the candle like the volume is coming in and the candle is going down, and you can see how the candle behaves, and that's what you should do as well, to check how the candle behaves. Because one thing you need to understand, the volume, if you have volume like this on the chart like I have here, it doesn't matter what color the volume is here. It doesn't matter. It can be green, but the candle can be like green a little bit. It doesn't matter. You need to see what the candle looks like and so on. Again, another video for this. So this is another area or thing that I look in the daily bias. I check what's happening in the last minute, and then I okay, for the last 3 days, for example, every time the market closes on the last minute, there has been a lot of selling, but the market has been going up even though the last minute has been selling. So for me, this is an indication that at least at some point in this week or early next week, there's going to be heavy sell-off, because big players have been taking profits, they've been selling. So now at some point, price needs to go down to give them profit. So again, same thing vice versa. If you see a lot of buying and the market still keeps going down on the next day, and you see the same thing happen again on the last minute, probably means there's going to be quite a hefty run up or breakout to the upside in the next few days. So that's also how I take my bias together with the high time frame trend. The last thing I use for bias, and this is the last thing I'm going to cover, again, this video is for celebration, this video is for announcement, for me to kind of share my win, share my happiness, give myself a video memory of my first big payout, and yeah, just share the joy with you and announce that I have new Discord, again, free. The last thing I do when checking bias is EMAs. Again, if you join my Discord, you will see all my charts and indicators that I use on the charts, completely with screenshots, with settings, what kind of settings, what indicators, and so on. Really quickly, I use high time frame EMAs, because if you look at this chart, the high white stairs is 9 EMA, orange is 21 EMA, 100 EMA blue, and red 200 EMA. If you don't know how EMAs work, I'm gonna give you a really 1-minute explanation. The lower the EMA, like 9 EMA, this is, so to say, 9-day moving average. Again, I don't know exact calculations. I just like to find things that actually work and give reactions in the market. So biggest, so to say, lesson or learning about EMAs is, if you break the 9 EMA, you're gonna come and test 21 EMA. If you break 21 EMA, meaning close the candle below it or above it, then you're gonna test 100 EMA, and then 200 EMA is like your final boss. And this happens on every time frame, but higher time frame is more important. So if I see that, let's say on a 4-hour, we are unable to break 200 EMA like here, then we are in uptrend, because I know that 200 EMA is like the final boss. So that's my daily bias. That's how I use, or I also use VWAP activation bands. VWAP, again, I have another video about VWAP activation bands. That's my last video before this. This video was to give you a quick showcase what strategy I've been mostly using to have this 24K month. Guys, this is the happiest video that I ever made. Even if I don't look like super happy, I only slept for 2 hours. I hope you learned something new. Again, now it's my vacation time in my normal job. I still have a normal job, and I'm gonna post and focus on YouTube a lot to make as many videos for you as possible. Never gonna sell you a course, never gonna have a paid Discord. I will teach you for free what I know about the markets. And if I could finish with something, one of the reasons this video is so special, because I don't need to fake my profits so you buy my course. I don't need to fake my profits so you can pay for my Discord or whatever. This is me showing you that 3 months ago, I was in a place where I didn't have profits that I can show and be like, wow, I made a lot of money in trading and so on. So this is for everyone. Your time is coming. You need to keep fighting for this moment. Whatever moment, maybe it's 100K for you, maybe it's 5K for you, maybe it's making your first 1,000. It's coming. You need to be strong. You need to be resilient. I've been wanting to give up trading at least a million times. So many times I asked my girlfriend, like, why am I remember I had 2 months ago, I had conversation with my girlfriend. Why I'm even doing this thing called trading. I didn't understand. I lost account. I lost like 3,000, and I calculated that my overall loss in trading is like 4.5 thousand. And I told my girlfriend, like, why am I doing this? Like, what is the fucking reason? I'm losing money. Overall, I'm in minus. Like, what's the point of this? Just to lose money? Look at now, freaking 24K in 3 weeks. This is just the beginning, and this is also beginning for you. I'm gonna try to help you do the same. See you in Discord, see you in next video. Have a super amazing holidays as well. Stay never stopped out. See you guys.